ski jump, racing down at the last second, crashes off the edge. Talk about agony and defeat. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, I was reminded of that when in 2002, my wife and I had the privilege of going to the Salt Lake City Olympics. And we got to go to the ski jump competition in Park City, freezing our butts off at the bottom of the ski jump. Now, fortunately, that time we didn't have any crash and burns. But you could tell the reaction of the jumpers by the way they looked and how well they did coming down. Some of them were like, yeah, I nailed it, I was going along. And others, it's like, darn, all that flying, and I came up short. So there was a difference. And we have those differences. And I've also seen that in competition. People compete. And of course you have the recognition of the first place winner. Hey, great. And you go on. And we do have, if there's enough people competing, you'd have second and third place, and those are good. But what if there's more than 3? Say there's 5 or 6. You get third place. And everybody's thinking, well, I might get one of those 2 spots. And then the second space, they're looking around. And then first place comes. Yay, everybody's clapping. But what if you're in the position of 4th, 5th? You don't get any more mention. It's like, oh, no, you've been mentioned when you competed, but after that, no. And so recently, a lot of people, less people have been competing because only one wins, one goes on. Or as somebody actually in this club said, no, I'm not in a competition. What I have envisioned is a change in focus, that everybody can get that, celebratory. And there's 3 ways. The contest season, I'm trying to encourage that in my division, Division A, improving it and getting people more involved. One is for the member. My suggestion is everybody who competes chooses somebody to evaluate their speech. Not an oral thing, you don't have time enough for that, but to do a written evaluation and give it to them afterwards. You can use a pathways speech, as long as it's 5 to 7 minutes, for a contest speech. Fits in that, whether it's at the club, the area, the division, or the district. And getting that, and you have an evaluation sheet. You can give to somebody and say, hey, just give me an evaluation afterwards. It will help them, even if they don't go on to win, they can go, okay, apply it to another speech. Just like level 1, the evaluation, review and evaluation, where you're doing one speech, you take the evaluation, you do it again, because you can use it, a pathway speech in competition. And then if you do go on and win to the next level, you can improve. So you have that learning, can tell you if you did well. And of course you'll have a notice of the time too. So getting involved there, and every club can send a competitor. Some clubs say, well, do I have time to put a contest on, a club contest? But even if you don't, clubs can vote to send somebody, both for the evaluation and the international speech. So every club can be involved. Clubs can also be involved by sending more people, sending people to cheer on those who are competing for them, promoting the contest, filling those volunteer spots. I'm proposing for my division that every club send at least one volunteer. It's hard to get judges, and the other positions, timers, ballot counters, being more involved in the contests. And then also for Toastmasters in general, the third part is publicity. It's a recruiting, it's good for the VPPR in the club, for the clubs themselves, attracting members, promoting the club contest as a, hey, visitors come, and on the other levels, people coming in and bringing more people in, so it's not just Toastmasters there, but others who are non-Toastmasters come in. But it's a change in focus of saying, hey, we can do this, and encouraging more people to take part. The more the merrier. Closing with an example from my own life. I go out of here and I evaluate myself on my speeches. We're our own worst critic. And sometimes I'm a cheerleader for me if I did well. And I'll go and say, well, how well prepared was I? How well did I deliver? And did I make an impact? Whether in the notes that we write or a look on somebody's face, I've made a connection. My wife asks me, every time, how did you do? Sometimes it's like, oh, that was terrible. Sometimes it was like, it's okay. Sometimes are the pretty good, really did good. There was one day in particular, I remember, I was going home. My wife asked me how I did. I thought I really did well. And my two-word response was, nailed it. You guys can have that too. If you look at it as every speech,